Welcome to the recording and overview for High School Open House 2020-2021 for Granville Academy. This presentation is on behalf of Mrs. Maisie Marland, Ms. Gazelle Parker, Mrs. Leah Powell, and Mr. Bill Graham, Principal of Granville Academy. We first would like to highlight that Granville Academy has a number of things that we focus on. First, we are focused on learning. We are also focused on creating traditions with our students and families, as well as serving our community in an environment that is flexible. This relates to our mission and vision. Granville Academy's mission is to provide excellent learning options for all, and our vision reads to provide a world-class education in a flexible environment that meets each learner's and family's needs. So, Granville Academy, our grades 9 through 12, all have online courses that are provided through Granville Online. Granville Online courses allow for students to enroll and engage in learning at any pace, any place, and any time, since this is in an online environment. We want to share that for the 2020-2021 school year, that a commitment to Granville Academy is on a year basis, meaning that enrollment at the beginning of the year or mid-year enrollment must go through June of 2021. Now to provide a little bit of information around what an LMS or Learning Management System is. In an online or blended learning environment, LMS is something that you will come to be familiar with. LMS stands for Learning Management System. Within Granville Online and Granville Academy, we have two major learning management systems. The first one is referred to as PowerSchool Learning or Haiku, as well as the second one being called Canvas. In order to access PowerSchool Learning, which many of our Granville County Public Schools Granville online courses are housed, there are two ways. First, on the left portion of this page, students and staff within Granville County Public Schools will log in and sign in with Google. The radio button for gcsnc.us is what students will use in order to access their courses, and their login information is their Google account with their last name, first initial, at gcsnc.us, as well as the password in which they use to access their device. Parents or guardians also have the option to log in to PowerSchool Learning with an invitation from their child's teacher. A parent or guardian will log in using the bottom portion of the login page, and this will provide you to sign in with only a PowerSchool Learning or Haiku account. This is not a Google account from within GCPS. All of this information for parent or guardian login can be provided from your child's teacher. Next, I want to highlight access to Canvas. At the moment, Mr. Nick Henley as well as Mrs. Laura Morgan both use Canvas as their LMS. In order to access these courses, students will go to the my.ncedcloud.org to log in. They will log in using their username, which is their student ID number, and a password that is either existing from previous years or for new students, their student ID number. If your student has any issues accessing the NC Ed Cloud, please reach out to Miss Leah Powell. Once students access the NC Ed Cloud, they will click on the red Canvas icon, which reads Canvas LEA 390, and this will provide them access to their courses. With speaking about the NC Ed Cloud, I want to take a second to highlight the fact that PowerSchool for Students is also accessible from within the NC Ed Cloud. PowerSchool for Students is where students can view their current schedule, grades, transcripts, and GPA. So the NC Ed Cloud also houses our Canvas LMS, but is where students will access PowerSchool for their grades. Next, I want to highlight Canvas as the LMS, which also houses courses for NCVPS, or North Carolina Virtual Public School. So we still have 2 LMS that we use as far as PowerSchool Learning, and we also have Canvas. However, access to NCVPS courses have a different link and different credentials to join the class. So this class, or an NCVPS course, is taught by an instructor from NCVPS, and credentials will be provided by the Granville Academy team upon enrollment. That closes our section of the open house overview around the LMS. Now, this portion is said on behalf of Ms. Gazelle Parker, who is the Granville Academy Guidance Counselor. This is just to highlight the fact that students need 28 credits to graduate. Granville Academy offers many opportunities through the Career and College Promise. We also offer career skills certification through many of our programs. Job shadowing is offered through some of our opportunities, as well as looking at the GPA. As of 2015 or later, the follow. Regular is a 4 for a regular or traditional course. An honors course is 4.5, and an AP course is 5.0. And GPAs begin at the end of the fall semester. Please note that any of that information, if you have questions about it, please reach out to Ms. Gazelle Parker. Ms. Gazelle Parker, our Granville Academy Guidance Counselor, always enjoys making connections, engaging in relationships, and reaching students where they are. She is someone that will be able to provide students tips on creating a schedule that they follow outside of school, and providing them tips around procrastination, and providing them the opportunities to ask for help. Ms. Gazelle Parker is always available to ask for assistance when it comes to academics or emotional support as well. Now we're going to reference National Honor Society. In order to become a member of NHS, the student must have a weighted 3.5 GPA or higher, meet service, leadership, and academic guidelines. Sophomores and juniors will be inducted into NHS, and freshmen can be recognized as prospective members. This is also representative for seniors at graduation by gold cords. More information about NHS could be, again, provided by Ms. Gazelle Parker. Next, we want to let you know that here at Granville Academy, we monitor your heartbeat weekly, and this is your academic heartbeat as well as how you are doing throughout a week. Please know that we will always be checking up on you as a team, and we understand that everybody, even us, can have a bad week at times. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us to let us know how you are doing with your academics or emotional, and rest assured that we will be in contact with you weekly. Next, we want to highlight that within Granville Academy, there will be opportunities for math tutoring. At this time, math tutoring will be available, and it will be available virtually. Please watch the Granville Academy website for specific dates and times, as well as our Google Groups and social media. Also, we want to reference the lab requirement for high school students. If a high school student is not making adequate progress for 3 full weeks, that student will be required to meet with our lab support personnel. At this moment, we have 2 lab support people who are there to help you. The first is Mrs. Maisie Marlin, and the second is Miss Monique Feast. She is joining us to help provide support to our students during this virtual environment. We will not be able to have the physical face-to-face lab requirement during 2020-2021 at this time. We hope that that will change in the future. However, we will be providing our students time to join virtually lab support, have that opportunity and choice to do so, but may also be required to do so if grades are not being what they should be and students are not making progress. Please note that student progress throughout the school year also influences driver's ed and athletic eligibility. At this time, if you or if your student refuses to allow for support to occur from our lab facilitators or teachers, then you jeopardize your ability to remain a part of Granville Academy. Granville Academy is one in which highlights communication among students, parents, teachers, and all of our staff. And you must communicate and follow the guidelines to attend a lab when required to do so. Next, we will highlight a few myths and facts about online learning. Please note this portion is provided by Miss Maisie Marlin, and I'm not quite sure I can do it justice throughout this recording. But the myth is that Granville online classes are easier. The fact is they are a little bit more difficult because you are responsible for reading or reviewing all of the materials within the course. You are responsible for participating in the online meetings, online discussions, and motivating yourself in order to move throughout the course. So this is a myth. The next myth is that I only have to work on school assignments 3 days a week from 9 to 12 during the lab hours. The actual fact to this is that these are high school classes and each one may require that 90 minutes daily, Monday through Friday. So please be sure to plan and pace yourself accordingly throughout the week. The next myth is that there are no due dates for mastery-based learning in your online classes. That is a myth. There are due dates within your courses, and those due dates are listed in the teacher syllabus and also pacing guides and communicated often throughout the semester. There may not be assignments due each and every day, but there are due dates for each unit or specific group of assignments. The next myth we would like to talk about is you don't interact with the instructor or other students in an online class. This could not be a bigger myth. The fact is that communication with your instructor and participation in discussion boards are more important than ever. You will find in an online class that your teachers will be reaching out to you in a number of ways. They will be calling, texting, using online tools such as Remind, Google Meet to meet you where you are. You may not be physically in the same building with them. You may not even be in the same state with them, but communication is key with your instructor as well as members of the Granville Academy team. Be sure over the next year that you schedule a time to work on your courses, just like a face-to-face class. Schedule a time that works best for you. Choose a good place to work. Be sure that that place will be available when needed. Make sure the place is a place where you can leave your materials so that as to not spend a lot of time looking for things or setting up to complete schoolwork. Choosing a place to work is very meaningful. Also be sure that you are organized. Organized students are successful. Stay organized. Save all of your files possibly to one folder. If you have assignments that you are completing in, let's say, a Spanish class, you can create a Spanish 1 folder and place all of your documents and all of your assignments within that folder as to not lose any items. Again, be sure that you communicate, check your email, check your messages, and be sure to access your course daily. Always be sure that you are reading the information and instructional materials when needed. Please note that we have teachers that know what that are looking out for plagiarism. We know what is your work. Please be sure to do your own work. Lastly, if you have ever taken or never taken an online course before, please be sure that you are connecting with our personnel, getting to know your LMS, as well as setting goals. The goal is for you to be able to work at any pace from anywhere at any time, just like referencing Granville Online. And for that to happen, you have to do your part as a student. Do your best work at all times, and please know that we are willing to make adjustments as necessary. Now, if you would like to take a second to meet your teacher, the presentation that is shared with this video recording has a link to Let's Meet Those Teachers. This document is a link to meet all of the high school teachers in which you may interact with throughout your time within Granville Online. Thank you so much for listening to this video recording, and please reach out to us for any help.